Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in person and on Zoom. I'm very excited to review the brand new KW and Canva Enterprise. This is something that we have been anxiously awaiting for a very long time, and we are thrilled that this is finally live and available for everyone to start using. So today what I want to do is just review a couple of FAQs. I'm going to walk you all through how to get started with your account, how to ensure you have your KWU ID so you can get your account validated, connecting your command account with Canva so that your listing information populates automatically, and to give you a little overview of the branded templates and regular templates that are available. I will be sending out a recap email with all of these links so you guys have them, but I did just want to quickly review some of the FAQs. The key features of our flagship enterprise relationship, there is access to an extensive library of templates that are designed by KW and everything. And KW and Canva for everything from social media to marketing flyers to listing and buyer presentations and more. There is AI powered within Canva, so it can help to generate and edit any ideas that you have, images, text, videos, etc. Dynamic marketing. This will help to populate the KW affiliated agent and MLS data to create hyper-targeted, client-specific content. Of course, there's that commitment between Keller Williams and Canva to continuously improve and provide better features. Any issues that happen, they are on top of it and ready to make sure that those get rectified. Brand consistency tools. This is a key. If you want to ensure that you are branding yourself, whether it's with the Keller Williams colors or with your own color palette and fonts, you can set that up as well. Do you have access to Canva? Yes. If you are a Keller Williams associate, you have full access to the premium Canva account. So this is not only just a free account that anyone can utilize, but this is going to give you all of those pro tools at no extra charge simply because you are a Keller Williams agent. So how can I access Canva? You can access it through command, which I think I may have closed out of it one too many times and it's not popping up for me anymore. Let me see if I go over to the designs. No, I probably, because I've been in here so much, it's no longer popping up for me. But when you do log in, you will be able to connect your Keller Williams account into the Canva account with no problem. There's a bunch of articles, videos, lots of resources that I will be sending you guys. So don't feel like you need to write all of this down. I will be sending you a bunch of information as well as the recording of this class. So if you do have any questions while we are discussing, please feel free to pop them in the chat, or if you're here, raise your hand. I'm happy to call on you. So when it comes to accessing Canva, you can find the link in command, but if it has disappeared for you, like it has for me, you can always go to canva.kw.com. And you're going to log in with your command credentials. If you're having trouble logging in, regardless if it's with Canva or with command, you can always reset your password. But when you log into your new Canva account for the first time, you'll of course need to review the terms of service and agree to them, and then you continue to Canva. Now, the first couple of times you log into your account, you might see this welcome screen, and you can click on either get started or continue depending on the pop-up that you're seeing. So again, this may not pop up on my Canva account since I've been in it before, but once you are on the Canva Enterprise, it's going to let you know that you can now create with your team's branding, explore all the premium content, and try all the AI-powered design tools. You can click that Get Started link and it will bring you to more resources that you can access directly through Canva. Additionally, there's also this bit that pops up that says you're an KW associate, which means an admin from your company is managing this account, as well as anything created in or copied to this team. So the leadership team does have access to some of the brand templates and some other things in Canva that you guys can then utilize in your personal accounts. So If you want to see all of this branded content when you're logged into your Canva account, it's just a little smaller. You're going to see that brand icon on the left side menu. I also do want to just quickly review what all of these little icons mean, just so everyone's on the same page. Some of them are very self-explanatory, such as this create button, which allows you to create anything from scratch. So if you wanted to have just a blank canvas and you have an idea of the sizing you want, whether it's for social media, a document, video, print, etc., you can come in here and find just blank templates, or you can find branded templates here, quick actions to help you write with some AI tools and things like that. So that's a quick way to create a design on the fly. Homepage will bring you right here where you see that this is the Canva X KW Enterprise. It's here and it's built just for you. The home screen will take you back. The home button will take you back to this screen here. Now you're going to see that we have projects, templates, and brand. The projects tab is for your projects, your designs, and your folders. So these are some recent designs that I have used. These are some open house flyers, and these were provided to me from KWRI. They now have their team rally slides through Canva, so I was able to access them through there. Additionally, under folders and designs, you are going to see a lot of things that don't relate to you. This is one, I don't want to say issue, but this is one point within the Canva and Keller Williams integration that you need to be careful of, at least for right now. For the time being, any folder that is created can be accessed by anyone who is on the KW Canva Enterprise. Yes, I know, it's very, I don't even have the words for it. It's very strange. So for example, like I can go in and I can view these elements from Market Center 963, which I don't even know where they are, but these are their logos. You can come in, you could remove yourself from them. I may be able to go in on the admin side and remove some of these folders, but just please note to be very careful when you're touching any of these folders. You know, you're gonna have your uploads. This is gonna be your private area. Additionally, under your projects, that's where you can find things that were shared with you, anything that's available offline, etc. But just please be careful with these folders. I say for right now, stay away from them because you don't know what office they're for. As you can see, there are different languages as well. So these are some templates and designs for agents all over the world. So just be wary when you're in this particular folder area. But within the projects, this is where you can access your personal projects and designs. There are templates and there are the brand option. So templates are going to be very generic. These are going to be templates that anyone with a Canva account can download. They're for a multitude of different businesses, different themes, different designs, etc. So, I mean, templates right here, we're seeing, it looks like some fashion stuff, a CD cover, Marvel movie, lots and lots of things. So the regular templates can be great if you want to find something that's very unique to you, if you have a particular idea that you're looking to create a graphic for. You can find any non-KW and non-real estate related templates here. So for example, if I wanted to type in pet adoption, let's say you or your office or a few of you and your agent friends are hosting a pet adoption event. You can find a multitude of different templates here. You can narrow them down by category. So if I want to see anything that would be, you know, a flyer, for example, these are all of the traditionally sized flyers. So you can access all of these templates here. This is a little different from the brand kit because in the brand templates and brand kits, this is where you are going to find the Keller Williams branded products. Hopefully that makes sense to all of you. So under brand templates, this is where I'm seeing just a very brief overview of some of the ones that are available. Postcards, flyers, Instagram posts, email signatures. There's a ton here. We can also search through the brand templates. Let's see what we have for an open house. So I'm seeing a lot of different open house options, lots of different sizes, lots of different design ideas. So let's say I wanted to make this an Instagram post. So I'm going to file it down for Instagram post, and now I'm seeing every image that's the exact size that fits perfectly when I'm uploading it to Instagram. I can then click on any of these designs and just know, regardless of the template, if it's brand template or a traditional template that's for anyone in Canva, you can edit these as much or as little as you'd like. So just keep that in mind. So let's say this is the template that I like. I'm going to click on the design. I can get a better look at it. This one is actually giving me either two different sizes or two different pages. Very just a nice template. And so then I'm going to click on use this brand template. What this will do is open up a new window, and now you have the ability to fully edit your design. First things first, always come up here and rename your post. If you have every single design saved as copy of XYZ post, copy of XYZ template, copy of this, everything's going to look the same and you'll never be able to find what you're looking for. So instead of, you don't have to be too detailed, but maybe this is going to be my 123 Main Street open house on October, I don't know, 16th. I don't know what this weekend is, 25. So now I know that I can search by any words that are in my file name, and it's going to be really easy for me to see everything. Now, when we are looking at all the entities within the editor, the designs, you're going to see elements. Elements allow you to add in videos, photos, graphics, things that move, animations, all sorts of fun stuff. And this can be anything from shapes to, people, places, things, backgrounds, portraits, virtually anything you're looking for, you'll be able to search within the elements and find it. If you scroll down, you're also going to see the graphics, some stickers, shapes, charts, sheets, tables, frames. The possibilities are endless, so you can add as much as you want. Within the brand applet, this is where you are going to find everything that's directly related to Keller Williams. So the brand templates, these are all of those brand templates that we took a look at before we selected this one. Core brand kit, logos. Now here's the thing. They are only including the generic Keller Williams logos right here. You can upload your own logos for your market center. I will email them out for our office. If you are joining me from a different office and you're not in the Park Views Market Center, reach out to your MCTT or DAS and they'll be able to assist you with getting those logos. I actually did not prepare and have that logo ready, but that's okay. I would simply click on upload files. There's not much here. This is just a simple image, so I'm just gonna add this in as an example. Now, when I add images here, it makes it really easy to replace the existing images. I simply drag and drop, and I can, boom, place it right in there. Maybe I want to do, an open house sign. I look at the photos. Again, this is just a wacky example. This isn't what you guys are actually going to be doing. But I'm just showing you how easy it is to drag and drop and replace these pictures with other things. If you replace something and the sizing isn't right, if you double click on it, it will allow you to rotate or move around the image. You can also make these images bigger, smaller, whatever you need to do. Text is pretty easy. Just double click in it, start typing whatever you need to type up. This menu bar will pop up so you can edit and select the font, the size, the color, the other additives that you can use, the alignments, all that fun stuff. There's lots of trainings within Canva that will get you used to editing designs and utilizing all of these tools. There is an animate button. So for photos and different pieces of text, if you are planning to post this as a video on your social media, when I hover over some of these featured options, you're gonna see that this is what your design could look like when someone visits your page or your post shows up on their feed. So maybe, I want to have the spray paint element for my pictures, right? And for my text, I'm just going to do something a little different. I'm going to have it come up as a typewriter, just showing you all the different animations that you can do. So now it looks normal here, but when I look at the preview mode, we see how everything is coming in. So we see those photos come in like they're spray painted, the text is like a typewriter. So that's a nice way for you to see these examples prior to downloading them. And then you can go and do your edits from there. Let's say I want to remove some of those animations. I just go ahead and click on either that picture or the text, and I go to animate. I just click on remove animation, and that's it. Yes, so in the upload file, that's where you would put your logos, and I will have those in the email for you guys. Additionally, under colors, this is our brand palette here. So all of the Keller Williams colors by their exact color codes are here. So you've got the reds, the grays, all that fun stuff if you want to keep everything perfectly in line with Keller Williams. Now, with that being said, you guys are independent contractors, you guys are your own business. So even if you bleed Keller Williams red, you may not necessarily want to brand a lot of your stuff in those colors or those designs, and you don't have to. Just because all of these templates are available doesn't mean you can't put your own spin on it, or even take a traditional template and tweak it and make it your own. So, granted, this is the regular open house template, but let's say I want to put in a green background. I don't know. So I'm looking at photos. I like this one. I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to right click on it and click on set as image background. Now, again, I just want to make sure you guys know I'm just making this for fun. Don't take any designs ideas from me at the moment because this looks a little funky, but I just want to show you guys how easy it is to take a branded Keller Williams template and make it your own. So you can continue to do that. You can change the colors of the fonts. You can change the actual fonts as well. You can remove information. You can add information. If you only want 2 pictures, you can move 1 picture here and 1 picture there, and then you can put the description here, whatever you want to do. But just know that there are some things that you need to have in order for your social posts to be compliant. A little guide here because I'm just drawing a blank. I will include this in my email. I'm sorry I don't have it on the screen for my people in Zoom land. But there are just 5 simple things that you need to ensure are on your social media post for compliancy. I'm going to delete this background so I can show you guys. If you hit Control Z, it just undoes everything you've just done. You can also use this back arrow here. Anytime you hover over something, it'll show you what keys to use if you want to use the keyboard shortcuts. Just FYI. So the first thing is that the Keller Williams logo must be presented on all marketing materials. We are going to pretend that this is the Keller Williams Parkviews logo. If you have a team logo, it must not be larger than your office logo. So we're going to just put in like a logo. Let's pretend this is it. Something like this is okay. Something like this, maybe a little bit smaller, put it next to each other. That's a little bit, something like that is okay. We do not want to see your team logo, your personal logo this big, and the Keller Williams logo this small. They have to be the same size. The team logo must not be bigger than the office logo. Additionally, if you're putting your headshot, that headshot cannot be larger than the office logo. To add in a headshot or any pictures that you don't want to, that you want to have a specific shape for, that's also going to be under elements. And this is where we can go to frames. Let's say I want to put my photo in this circular frame. I can grab the corner and shrink it down and match it up here. And I can just make this be about that size. This is just an example, but I can go ahead, plop it right in there. If I double click, I can edit. You're like, I can't see, this is crazy far away. That's totally fine. You can always scroll in and out to get into all those nitty-gritty details. But you see here that the headshot is no bigger than the logo. Your legal name and title must be written. So for example, and let's see what else. So, oh, I spelled my last name wrong. That's great. So outside of work, a lot of my friends call me Mandy. So if I was, real estate agent and I was going by the name Mandy, that's absolutely fine. But you would just have to have that nickname included in quotes, and you have to have your real name, your true, legal name represented on all of your materials, as well as the your title. So sales representative, salesperson, broker representative, whatever your title is. And last but not least, you must include both the office and cell phone numbers, and they must be the same size. So that's pretty easy. You can always do the office and then your cell. And this way they're the same size and everything is good to go. So again, I'm going to include this graphic. It looks much better on the piece of paper in front of me than it does on your screens, and I apologize for that. But it will make a lot more sense when you see this graphic, and you'll get a better idea of how you need to design your images to ensure that they are compliant. Because we have seen some examples before where some social media posts have not been compliant, and we've had real estate commission called and things have been reported. So if people are out there, you never know what anyone is going to see and then report. So you just want to make sure you're doing it the right way as best you can.
Did you say you needed to include the address too?
You don't need to include the address, the office address, or the property address, actually. Property address? Well, I mean, if it's a property, you want to put the address, obviously. But the office address, no, you don't need to include that. You can, but you don't have to. But your office and cell phone numbers must be there, your full legal name and nickname in quotations, and your title as well. Any questions so far? And I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. All right, cool. Now, another thing that you have the ability to do with this Canva KW connection is to actually connect your command account to Canva, and that will allow you to easily pull your listings to create these graphics much easier. So in this example here, this looks horrible because I'm pulling pictures from, generic pictures. I'm putting in dummy information. I'm not actually taking information from a listing and populating it in here. But if I go to either apps and start to type in KW, or maybe Keller Williams, here we go. I'm going to click on that here. And it's asking me to connect to my command account. So I will click connect. I'm going to have to log in. Wait patiently. Now this is just a, regular approval. I agree for everything that we do. They're always there. So now when I click on Keller Williams, we're going to see listings and profiles. So the listings, I can search by address, I can search by MLS number, I can search my listings or all listings. Rob, what's a property you've got on the market?
You need an MLS number?
MLS number, as address, whatever you prefer.
159 Burr Place.
Bird?
BURR. Burr Place.
What town?
That's what thanks. That's Washington Place, you can use that one.
Okay, we'll use this one. So
Yeah.
I know that your exact listing isn't coming up, which is okay. That's why we also do the ability to search by MLS number. So if, that's gonna be the easier way to do it. But just for my example, so this is Rob's listing at 444 Washington Place. I'm gonna click on this listing. And now I have the ability to pull both images and details into my design. If anyone has used the design feature within Command, this is very similar to what you could do in that platform. This just makes it easier because Canva, sorry, Keller Williams, Canva is way better than the design element within Command. So this is going to be much easier for you to navigate and get everything done. So let me come down to this other template that we have here. This looks to be an Instagram story.
Yes.
So because I have all this stuff here, I can now drag and drop. Drag and drop. And again, maybe I want to move it over. I want to make it bigger. And then let's do, perfect, we'll just do this one here and drop. Do that and make it bigger if I wanted to fit in that frame. So that's how you can easily add the images, and this will allow you to make these edits without having to actually download those images off the MLS or upload them from your computer if you already have them. It's very simple, it does it automatically for you. Same thing with the details place. Details option. So I'm going to click on the address part here. And if I hover over, nope, that's just going to add it in. Can I actually add it in? There we go. So just like the images, I can drag and drop and pop them into place here. Maybe I also want to put the listing price or the current listing price. If I click on these elements, they will populate for me automatically. And you see how when I typed the address, granted this is way too small, but it's a different size from the price. And that's probably going to be a different price or different than the description. Is that the description? 0.9, my goodness. All right, there we go. Essentially what I'm just trying to showcase is that you can easily drag and drop to add any of the information from the MLS details onto your document here. This is also nice if you are, let's say you have a lot of listings and you can't keep track of what house has how many bathrooms and what price this one's at, and you just want to get them all done at once. You don't have to remember that stuff. This house, 4-bed, 3-bath. So this drop it feature isn't, maybe the best right now. It might be with another template, but it's just dropping in the numbers for the time being. But again, we can move everything around, move everything where it needs to be. I can add some text here. If I want to add in a new line of text, I can come right here. I can do subheading, the body, whatever. Listing price, drag it, put it over here. These grid lines that show up allow you to put things evenly. So if I put it here, for example, see how it lines up there? But if I hit the shift key and select both of them, I see that these are lined up evenly, those two pieces. So I know they're evenly lined up. If I had this over here, for example, and I do this, I see they're not lined up. They don't have to be. It depends on how crazy you want to get with the design. I tend to be very anal about things, and I need to make sure everything is lined up and everything is perfect. So those grid lines are a lifesaver for me. For you, might not make a difference, and that's a-okay. What you can also do under File and Settings is add guidelines and show rulers and guides. So if I click on Show Rulers and Guides, I'm now going to see that we have the numbers across the side and the top. If I want to make my own grid, so I know where to place things, I just simply hover over either the side or the top. I'm going to click my mouse down and drag this line over. I can do as many lines as I want. Now, as I'm moving them, we see if they turn that pink color, they're lined up with something, or it's going to show you that this something's directly in the middle. So this line right here, which is at 450, I don't know, whatever this measurement is, that's the halfway mark. So this line here, I know is exactly the halfway point in my page. If you want to get rid of a line, you just take it and scroll it off and it'll go away. But now, let's say I want to drag this one here, and I just wait and I say, where's the middle? Here's the middle, right there. It'll turn that like lighter pink color. So now I know that in this particular design, this is the center right here. So maybe I want to take these two items, put them down here. I want to take my picture and center it. There we go. I know it looks kind of, you have to have a very keen eye, but notice how when I'm moving this picture, see how how the line turns a pink color, and you see the 540 in that pink color? That means it's perfectly aligned. If I move this over a little bit, it's not going to show me those same things unless that dotted line is going to line up with another element on my page. So for example, that dotted line here means that these two items are lined up like that. But if I want to make it, put this in the middle, there we go, I'm at my 540. Same thing, here, just kind of showing you for examples. There we go. So that's how you can, get things nice and easily designed. And those grid lines will show from page to page. So these are actually two different sizes. This is the post and this is the story. So that's why those grid lines aren't matching up. But if you do create a project, a template, or a design, I'm sorry, with multiple images, let's say, you're doing a carousel on your Instagram and you want 4 images that highlight your listing. The first image is going to be, a nice shot of the front of the house. The second image is going to be the first floor, third image, the second floor, and the fourth image, the outside. I can create all 4 of those images within one design, and it'll help to keep the look of everything the same as well, the sizing of everything. It just helps to keep everything nice and easy. Let me just see really quickly also to the columns. In addition to the listings, we also do have the profile information. So here is my headshot that I have uploaded in Command. So I can click on that and it'll add into wherever. Oops, that was there we go. Or here's that logo. Go ahead and take that logo and plop it and place it. But again, I will send you guys the logo so you can upload them here. You can create folders. So if you want to create a folder, actually, I might be able to create this for you guys. I can do this for you guys. So you don't even need to worry about that. So that'll be coming soon. I'm learning this along with you guys. This has only been out for a few weeks. And I was out for a week of those few weeks, so I'm learning with you. So if you guys ever have any questions, if you get stuck, just let me know. We'll figure it out together. I may not know everything right off the bat just yet. It's a learning process. We're all learning. So also, don't feel like you're not getting it if you have a little trouble from the start or if you get tripped up over something, especially if you've never used Canva before. It's a whole new platform. So give yourself some grace. And just know there's very little you can do to break the system, just like within Command. Very little you can do to like truly mess something up. You always have the ability to go and undo everything you've done. I can press this and it can go back to the very beginning. Additionally, you can make copies of your design. So let's say you have a design and you think it looks good, but you want to try something else. You can either make a copy and that will create a whole new design, or you can click on this little duplicate button. That will give you a duplicate of that page. So now I have 2 of the exact same graphics. So I know this one I can play around with, I can move stuff around, I can make it, completely different and, whatever it is. And then If I get too far and I'm like, oh my God, I hate how this looks. I love what I did originally. I just scroll, I can just hit delete and it's gone and I have my original template right here. So always make copies. You can delete the copies, but it'll save yourself a little bit of headache. Once we come back home, under recent designs, here we go, 123 Main Street open house. And you can see again why it's very important to rename your designs, or else they're all going to say cursive open house Instagram, copy of modular open house Instagram, blah, 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 and they're all going to say the same thing. So you have your designs and templates here, but again, these templates are for any Canva user. So these are non-KW branded templates. There are real estate templates available. If you have perused all of the KW ones and you haven't found your ideal photo or your ideal template, I can come in here and say open house, and I'm going to search. And I want this to be an Instagram post size. So maybe like, oh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is simple, this is easy. I don't know, just picking this one. I'm going to click on that. When you click on a template, it will show you some that are more like this. So maybe like, oh, actually, you know what? I like this one instead. So I'm going to click on this one instead. And I'm going to click on customize this image. So again, this is a non-KW branded template, but we can still use this. First things first, rename that template. And now I can go ahead and start to make any of those edits. So if I come back in my Keller Williams, I'm just going to see what ones are in Rutherford to make it easy. I don't know whose listing this is, but that's okay. I'm going to take this image, plop it in, boom. Details. Whoops. One. I'm going to highlight this, plop that address in, boom. Easy as that. To change anything, you just double click into it and you can type whatever you want. You can delete, you can control copy, control paste if you want to duplicate things, whatever you want to do. Under uploads, you'll be able to see those logos here. So for example, this is a logo I just uploaded. So now I can drag, whoa. I'm going to click on it and then drag it and drop it. So let's say I'm putting that here. And I want to put my headshot on the other side. So I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to grab a frame. So maybe for this one, I want to do this style. I'm going to shrink it down, bring it over, come back into uploads. My headshot is now here. Drag it and drop it, make it a little smaller. There we go. I want it to head up, down, whatever you want to do. And then of course we would need to have some of those other key points as well. But again, you know, if this is a white text, maybe I want it to be red, and that's my little bit of branding there. Or heck, I want it to be purple because I love purple, and that's what I feel like doing. It's up to you. As long as you stick with the basic compliancy things that I'm going to send to you guys in terms of the language and what to include and make sure you have the colors and all that stuff. Totally up to you, whatever you want to do. Last but not
Now,
least.
once you're done with that, how do you send it?
Oh, that's a great question.
You're done with it and want to share it.
So once I'm done and I have it and it's beautiful, I click on this share button and there's many things that I can do. I can choose to download this image and I can save it as a PNG, a JPEG, a PDF. If you have something like a video or something with those animations, you're going to save it as an MP4 video. You can save things as GIFs as well. So if you're getting, you know, adventurous, you know, make your own GIF, go for it. I've never done that, but you can. So that's how you would download the actual file. So I want it to be a PNG. You can adjust the sizing, make it lower quality, a transparent background, and click on download. And then it will download directly to your computer and boom, you've got that saved. So now I can put this in an email, I can post it, I can print it, whatever you need to do. Additionally, you can post it directly to Canva. Or you have to have a business account. Oh, and media suitable for Instagram personal. Okay, so this is telling you that you can scan this QR code, download the Canva app, and you can post it through Canva. That's awesome. You can schedule it to post. So anytime you see this little crown, that means it's a pro feature. And you get all those pro features, which you have to pay for normally. So things like even removing the backgrounds of things, it's gonna make life so much easier. You've got that right at your fingertips. You can create a template link. So, maybe you love how this looks and you can share it with your team members, or you want to, share it with your another account. You can always click on template link and it will generate that link for you. So I can send that to you, Kathy, and then you can download that into your personal Canva and then do whatever you want with it. Additionally, if I wanted to present this as a slideshow, I can do that. In Canva, you can create decks. So if you wanted to make a presentation, listing presentation, buyer consultation, that's a slideshow, you can do that in here, no problem. And then there's a couple more things here. I can make this a QR code. Turn this design into a QR code. Oh, okay, so this is a very bad example of what you would want in the background, but let's say you have like an image of a house or something like that. You can actually generate a QR code over that image and you would just put the URL in here. So maybe it's like youtube.com/Keller Williams Park Views. That's, I can then have a nice, picture of a computer with the YouTube logo and my logo, and then someone scans that and it goes right to our YouTube page. I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool. Send it to your phone. You can embed it. So if you actually want it to be embedded in a website, you can do that. And you can create your own websites as well. And you can do this with a multitude of different designs. So again, if you wanted to create a website for a specific property or something like that, you can do that. Yes, that's a little bit more advanced. No, you don't have to do that right away. What I would suggest is getting yourself set up with the Canva account, playing around a little bit. I'm going to send you a bunch of resources so you guys know exactly what to do, how to use everything, how to finagle, all the little details. But as always, I'm always here to help. So if you guys have questions, please let me know. And then really quickly, before I take any questions from you guys, you will need to have your KW ID available to connect your Canva account to the command account. Where do you find this? If you go under websites and manage settings, no. Oh, sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Click on your name and go to profile. And you go to my KW, service information. There you go. That's your KW UID. We can always find that for you on the back end as well. So if you forget and you're like, hey, can you find it for me? Just let me know. But you go to profile and then under system information, I'm in here. It's also where you can edit like some other stuff about your personal information, your about me and all that fun stuff. But note that this information is not what's pulled in through your marketing profile. So for example, what's reflected on your website and things like that, that's going to be through the website applet and manage settings. And that's where you can manage your contact info, details, etc. So this is where you make sure you have the right phone number, the right address, your email, your logo, all this other stuff. You can come in here and make that all exactly what you need it to be. Any questions? I know we reviewed a lot, but I hope that you guys have a little bit more comfortability with exploring Canva. Again, you're not going to break anything. So even if you make dummy designs and just play around with it, you saw what I was doing. I made, that was nothing, but I was just playing around and figuring out how to make things a background, how to resize things, change the colors, play around with stuff. There is also, and I will send the link to you guys, there is it the design school, here it is. I will send this link to you. But this design school will help you learn Canva. So this is latest and greatest, working with AI, editing like a pro. I can go here and explore all, there's courses. What do I want to learn? Skill, audience, duration, certified courses, etc. Canva essentials. That's beginner, a beginner level. So I can just play. These are all lessons here. It's all included, it's free. There's no tests or anything. But you can see, things for beginners and things like that will show up there. So you have a whole design school, videos, activities, cheat sheets, anything you can want more. Any other questions? Yeah,
Now, what's the difference between connecting command to Canva as opposed to just going to canva.kw.com? Is there a difference?
there's no difference.
Okay.
Whether
so
you connect it through Canva directly or go to canva.kw.com, either way. It depends. When I first pulled up command, that pop-up wasn't showing up for me. I think because I've already A, connected my account, and B, probably closed out of it too many times. So it should be popping up for you guys. If it doesn't, just go to canva.kw.com.
Okay.
Same thing.
And if you have uploads in your Canva, how do you share them with other Canva users?
There is a way to transfer all that information over. I will include that how-to in my email. So
Okay.
you have that. I need to review that myself.
Like if I have a good logo and I want to share it with people, how do I just share it?
Like,
In my upload.
in your uploads. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Anything else? Anyone out in Zoom land? All right, everyone. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. For those of you in person and on Zoom, thank you. And good luck, have fun, create a lot of fun things. I'm here if you have any questions, if you need any help. But I'm excited to see what you guys come up with.